Hello, my hosts, and welcome to another Kerbal Space Program stream. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of exploration on Duna and hopefully flying our craft back from the surface and into orbit. And with that, we might be actually able to take this ship back to Kerbal. If that's the case, we will be having a lot of fun and a lot of science. So I will jump over to Kerbal Space Program just as it finishes loading. Today was a script writing day and I got a lot of script written. I've got some ideas for later things to make. All done, so gonna look forward to doing that. But right now we have everything loading up. And how are we going? Come on. Well, let's jump over to the Kerbal Space Program, shall we? Says everything's complete. Oh, that's well timed. There we go. And we'll load right in. What's that line there? Oh, that's just chat. Okay. We'll see chat when chat comes up. Almost to enough science as well. So let's get to the tracking station. Duna lander, make sure engines are shut down. Going to there to fly. Hi, trains derail. It's good to see you. We are on the surface of Duna and we are getting ready to depart. But first, I want to find a Duna stone from here. So we'll have a look around for one. There we go. Just move my joystick into place. So, how have you been today, trains? Huh? Oh, alright, gotta jump actually over to the focus Bob Kerbal. Oh. So we're going to be doing a little bit of exploring, looking for a bit of rock. There we go. Actually, let's cheat a bit. Duna stone location ASP. All okay. Duna. So they're scattered around the place. That makes sense. I'll have to just like look around for them. Keep our eyes open. Though it is at night, so we won't see as much. There we go. Actually, switch on the lights. See if we can adjust our angle to make ourselves be able to see more. Nope. We're currently doing Mark 0. Yep, that makes a lot of sense for just a guy jogging along the ground. What's the... Oh, we can hide the portrait. Okay. And I'm wondering... A second. Go to map mode. I was wondering if the stones would turn up on the map, but no. And let's see if we can get on top of the hill. We might be able to see more from there. That's debris and more debris. Yeah. And do a little bit of a time warp now. And let's see if we can find this damn stone. I think we bumped into one. When we're sort of sliding down the hill. So if that's the case, we probably can find that one later on. There we go. Once we get the stone, we can head back. And so, I've been wondering if... Yeah, it's not that bright. How about if we slow down and we warp to the sunrise? Does that help? Yeah, that I think that I think that makes it a lot easier to see something. Hold on. Is that a rock there? I think we found this Duna stone we were looking for. There we go. I think this is what we want. Unless it's just ground clatter. And yeah, water, 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 water. It's still installed. It's just using the jetpack just to move around the planet. I keep ending up crashing into it, so it's a little... Yeah. No, these are blueberries. Okay. Blueberries analysis from Duna surface. Small rocks that look like blueberries but don't taste much like them. We're almost certain. Return this to have it analysed and gain all the information about it. Okay. Keep that. But I want a Duna stone. Let's see if this one is more blueberries or if this one's Duna stone as well. There we go. Seems unfair to have to explore an entire planet looking just for a particular type of rock. Let's smudge on the screen. There's more of those blueberries. Yes, it is. Or are these the rocks? And you won't know until we get close enough. Da-da. Nope, blueberries again. Continue to explore. A great mass of redness. Next time we come here, I'm going to bring myself a buggy so we can drive around in it. And just heading towards the debris, just so we have a bit of a landmark, so we know we are making progress. Here we go. And we'll get on top of this ridgeline as well, which will increase the amount of things we can see. And hopefully be able to spot this little rock. It's those things. Yeah. There we go. Oh, it's a nice... It's a very pretty ridge line, I have to say. Yeah. And it's a little dip over here. What have we got? Oh, this is right on the edge of sort of like this sort of volcanic area. This is where we slid down after landing. Okay. Still no sign of the rocks that we want. If we can't find it, we might go jetpacking, but it's difficult on Duna because the gravity is slightly more than Earth gravity, or slightly more than 𝕊𝔸ℕ𝔻ℝ𝔸 and Mun gravity. So the jetpack isn't as effective as a transport method. And here's the ring off of our spaceship. Now, I wonder if we can examine this. Oh. Don't want to get too far away from our landing spot. If we can't find it, we'll head back and try it another time. So we can actually go really far out. But we're not seeing it anywhere, are we? Nope. Right. Let's head back to the main ship then, and say finding this Duna stone hasn't been an accomplishment, but we've got the other stuff done. There we go. There we'll go. Back to our thing. About 600 meters left. Cool. In 600 meters, board your vessel. So, what else have we been up to? I've been thinking about when I used to work for a university in the computer science department. We had a professor there who I'm not going to say their name because of reasons that will come up in the future. But anyway, everybody liked him. He was a research-only professor, and most people weren't clear what exactly he did, but he had an office in the building, and he would enter regularly, and he was friendly enough. Then it turned out that he didn't come in for about a month, and people started to get confused. So the uni decided to check their records about where his address was, so that could maybe have a welfare check on his house. They found, to their shock, there were no records for this guy. And this became more confusing. So they went to his office and opened it up with the master key, and found that in his office was a bed and a whole lot of sort of clothing and stuff. What had turned out is, is that the person we thought was a professor was actually a guy who was homeless. And one day, he'd wandered into the university, written his name on a bit of paper, and stuck it to the door of an office. Maintenance had come around, saw this paper name, and replaced it with a real name. Another group from maintenance had seen the guy trying to get into his office, saw that his name was on the office thing, concluded that this must be his office, and actually had given him a key. So the guy had effectively socially engineered his way into the university and had gained himself a place to sleep at night. And we are back to our rocket. And it's all charged up from the sunlight while we've been wandering around. We'll go to normal slow motion now, as we're going to have to try and get aboard. And this is the difficult bit. There's the door. I wonder if we can just climb up this side here. Yeah. F. Press F to get respects. You just slide down, are you? No, no. Okay, we're going to have to use the jetpack. So, enable jetpack. It's going to be a bit tricky. They're pretty resilient, but the problem... no, almost. Split. I almost got it, I think, that time. Come on, get up. Up. Yeah. Problem is, this is not letting me continuously thrust. Oops. Because it's just not enough power to completely overcome gravity. Uh-huh. Oh. I think I've got full throttle. RCS controls, throttle limiter, maximum. You go forward, that's not what we want. That's up. There we go. I love the whole, climb, and then it will go up a bit and then just slide off again. It's not a good climb. Glitch to Ike. The glitch dance. Must stress. Whoa. Now there's a little breakdance move there. I am concluding that, yeah, I should have added a ladder. Did I add a ladder? No. No. No ladder. That's going to be an issue. Yep. That's real silly on my behalf. Oops. Because there's not enough thrust to move me up off the ground. I can't really climb up the boosters that well. I'm going to try and go. Let's see how this is sort of like. This is sort of sloping. Maybe we can slide up the booster here. Maybe this one. Just sort of. Okay, we're on top of the booster. The hatch is over there. Yep. Let's try and... Oh, that didn't work. Okay. We're inside the vessel now. This is a... Okay, so... Can we... You gotta get inside the hatch. Almost. Oh. We almost glitched into the hatch. We should have enough fuel to get off of Duna as soon as we climb out. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can jump across. Good point. Nope. Load. The jetpack isn't strong enough to lift me completely off of the... The jetpack isn't strong enough to lift me completely off of the surface. Oh. Trapped that. Right. Nope. Let's try that again. Yeah, we were stuck on the in after. I wonder if we can just jump across without using... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Well, that was a cute bit of... Almost. Oh. I think we can just sort of creep across the... Don't want to... I think we can creep across the supports and get it to there that way. Let's try that. Right. Track the solar panel. Yeah, we should have put a ladder on it. We definitely should have put a ladder. But that will be for version 2. We're in! We're in! Yes. Quick save the game. Okay. Retract. Now, what we're going to do is do a bit of fuel transfer. Make sure everything is well balanced. Well, get rid of those things. Well, we've got to work out how to land on Kerbal next, yes. And get back. Capsule fairing at top. The dom cam is at the bottom. Yeah. Right. Going to, and also we know we'll have to repack the parachutes as well. But I have some plans for landing this. Activate the engines. We have a transfer ship. We've got a couple of transfer ships in the orbit. So this is ready. Let's save this again. Right. And we turn ourselves east. Yep, you're probably right that I've... yeah. Okay. Well... get ourselves lined up. We are... just want to go there. Go warp. Yeah, it's a little too high, I agree. Let's see. We might try it again. Here we go. I'm playing the latest version. I can't recall exactly which version it is, but we did the latest upgrade. And go full time there. We can circularize. Go. And we've got ourselves... Yep, 1.19, that sounds right. Let's check on our orbit. That's terrific. Now, we've got a couple of support vessels in orbit as well. The only mods I've got is Kerbal Engineer, and a mod that puts it's like a computer inside of the control panels. So what I'm next going to be doing is having where is this one? Going to have this vessel switch to that. Okay. This vessel here is both a signal relay, but also it's full of fuel. So if we go to view lander, where is our ship in orbit? Because I want to mark that as our target. Come on. Why isn't it displaying on the map? There's the taxi. Our ship should be in orbit of this. Just activate everything. Capsule buttons. Duna is going good. We've gotten off of Duna, and now it's about getting back to Kerbin proper. And space tug 1, space taxi, and the probe. Did we do something weird and lose the ship? Because that can happen. Yep, this is career. This is career mode, so... Duna lander, orbiting Duna. There it is there. And there's a Duna probe. And space taxi. Okay. Let's try this again. And this time it's displayed. I'm going to conclude that it's weird. It's just weirdness. This destroys all the... That's... Not on the chart again. We should be able to see it, but we don't. What we can do... we go back into Space Taxi. Because what I want to do is have these orbits, these ships, could be okay. The reason the transfer ship is in such a high orbit is because I'm a dreadful pilot. Okay. Well, let's extend the solar panels. Move it into a normal orbit. And hold on. And yeah, I should add it to an action group. Have I made another silly mistake? Because this should be attached with a docking port here. But I'm not seeing any docking port. I should be able to detach that top one. Eee. The center... Goofy lander. Why? Let's just go in. Internal view. Just wondering if there was any other controls we can get from here. No, there isn't. It is a goofy little lander, I agree. And I've made the mistake of not putting a docking port on here. So we can't use the transfer stage to help push us. Yeah, prop monitor mod. Good day. So might be the transfer thing, the transfer module is doesn't have space to put Kerbals. So we are going to... Yeah, it doesn't have a hatch and it doesn't have a command module in it. So what we're going to do is going to go back to the Space Center. And we are going to work out a rescue mission. First things first, let's load up this Duna lander, just to make sure that we didn't make any hide that, because this is the original one we launched. There's a docking port underneath it. Yep, launcher grabber. So there is a docking port underneath it, but it's connected to the fuel tank and not to the docking port's node, I think, is the problem. And so what we could do is, yeah, we could, yes, don't save. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. So we go into the thing. Now, first things first, gonna shut down the engine. Now, if we go into action sets, edit the action sets, and can we get because we want the thing underneath here rather than that. Okay. Undock. That worked. I think that worked. Now, if we look at right, gonna activate these probes somewhere. We have one problem solved. Now we go for the next one. set as the target there. Let's see if we can switch to that. And set that as the target. Okay. Let's save that. So here, oh, it has a probe. What it doesn't have is space to accommodate Kerbals. Right, so what are we? 148. That is a little problematic. Gonna have to turn the orbit right round. Go like, actually probably better to just stop it like that. Wow, okay. Oh, Kerbal, yeah. Yep, you are quite right there. And we can adjust ourselves. See if we can get ourselves to match up properly. And where is this? DN 37. Minus 28. Minus 10. And we'll adjust ourselves because we're so high up. So like this change of plane maneuver is actually not too expensive. Okay. Just saying, new heavy industry or nuclear pulse, 100 times better. And that's close enough there. We'll reduce the height. Okay. So taking a little bit less energy into the system. So and okay. Now we can adjust ourselves so that we have things move up. And oh, got a little bit of an icon counter as well. That makes everything more thrilling. So I want to keep our eye on that thing while we adjust. I think that's going to be... Have you got Windows 11? Have you been... Omega V7, have you managed to install KSP on it yet? Because I know you were having trouble doing that. I think that's going to be our best interception. Save game. Oh, that's a pity. Okay. Oh. Maneuver in here. And once we do the maneuver, we'll do a little bit of an adjustment. Not go. Okay. Alright. Oopsie daisy. Right. You might have to talk to support to see if you can get it transferred along. There we go. So we got ourselves lined up. I'm going to Oh, okay. Well, if you got it via Steam, if you had purchased it via Steam, you can actually reinstall it with your Steam account. And 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why isn't the engine responding? Oh, don't tell me we've... Probe is out of range. But we've got contact within the network, but yeah. Where is Kerbal? Okay. Why are we... We can't even delete that. Okay. So we're going to have to wait until Kerbal is closer. Oh, that's a pain. It's out there. It's going to have to orbit all the way around. And the other docking ports is so I can refuel. This one. Just acknowledge this one. Oh. There we go. So what I'm going to do Yep, we launched this as 2 separate vehicles. Just going to check power. Got a full charge. Let's adjust the range. So we now have another problem to solve. Basically, in order to get this working, we need better comms. Let's see. Space Center. Do launch on launch 2-3 crew. That's not what I wanted to do. That's fine. Okay, it's fully upgraded. Now, let's see if we can, like the 3. What I am thinking is we launch the pay attention. No, yes, did not. That's 6.1. We launch one of these into orbit to act as a booster for the ship. Booster for the... Okay, these are both combinable. Which one's better? Right through. Yeah. Basically, I want a booster for the ship that's stuck in orbit, so we'll stick this on top of a rocket, and hopefully that will give us a bit more range and we'll be able to contact the ones that are stuck there. Can make a smaller low-tech Duna lander that works with a low orbit. Okay. So let's go pods. And get that there. So have that. And since these are combinable, and I'll go cargo, payload. Nope. All of those are too big. We'll put them over the top, so. It's a massive big relay. another one. We'll go like that. Big ass power banks, because all of this is going to, the only thing this is going to be doing is acting as a relay and a transmitter. Right. Let's just check the units here. It's 15G. Just gonna save this as WIP. Save. Go out here. Tracking station is 250 G. So we're going to need more than just the one. And let's go to 3. Because I know these combine, but not quite linearly. Like that. Action group 1. Sorry. Custom 1. Toggle antenna. Toggle solar panel. The idea is that this will sort of like deploy out. We've got some controls on it. Now all we need to do is stick it on a launch platform. What have we got? Sub-assembly. That's not going to help. I think we'll do something custom for it. We'll go back. And actually, we'll stick it on its own little not that style. Mark 1 fuel fuselage. Excellent. With an atomic engine. The idea is we'll have this push out into interplanetary space, so it will actually get closer to our target for when we're using it as a relay. And okay, coupling. We want to stage it as well. They're not cargo boxes, they're photovoltaics. Okay. And we'll go in. Put it up a bit more. Reattach there. And we'll put payload thing. Eh. So that's the nuclear engine. And we'll stick on top of it a couple of stages. So we'll have it flare out with an adapter, but not that adapter because that adapter's not the right size. That's a triple. And fuel tanks. Problem is, I can't always recall what the sizes are. There we go. So that one is like that. Get the big tanks. That's the upper stage with fuel going into a skipper, I think. My rockets typically are also that I always have a bit of an issue with get that out of the way. Move this right up. Also, I typically have an issue with them flipping over because I can never get the aerodynamics right, so it's going to be rather wobbly. And we'll put the communications thing back on. You go back there. I thought they stacked. Because if you look at the spec, they say 15G combinable. Doesn't that mean that the antenna stack? Oh, it's... Well, let's look it up in the wiki. Combinable antenna KSP. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay. Da-da. Just looking up in the documentation. Combining antenna. When a craft has multiple combinable antenna, the antenna power rating stack in a way that provides diminishing returns using the following formula. Strongest possible antenna times sum of antenna powers divided by strongest antenna power. The vessel's average combinability exponent, blah, blah, blah. This means the average. Dividing component. Okay, so having multiple antennas does improve the signal, but it's not perfect. So, but and the other thing I have to check, it's a relay antenna, cool. But this one's a direct. So, and the smaller ones are out of range. Yeah, but they're equal size. I think this will still do what we need it to do. I'm going to try it and see what happens. I think it's the best solution at this moment. Gonna do another staging. Coupling. You had crew, they help when the smaller ones are out of range. If you had okay, fuel here. This will be keeping an eye on that. Right. Fuel. Go for the big fuel tanks again. It's liquid fuel. That's not what we want. We want the like that. Now, if we stick engines on the bottom of that. No, everybody's using chat. Trains derail and beam and Omega were here as well. We'll stick a main style on the bottom. Got a 1 point thing. And we've got a delta V of 2. Okay. I'll see you later. Trains derail. But I think what we'll do is we'll design this we'll give it a test launch. If it fails, we'll try on our next stream. And that's too heavy. Get rid of that. Go for a smaller tank, but not that small. Okay. Yep. I'm thinking for re-entry, we'll might actually have a separate craft and transfer across to it. Right. Now, this is probably... You need a re-entry... Yeah, exactly. Because... And... Click on that part down there. That's fine. Sleep well. Let's save this. Let's see what catastrophic failure we will get with it when we go to launch. Because theoretically we've got more than enough delta V, but I'm also pretty certain that our ship is nowhere near stable. Because it's tall and it's going to be a bit wobbly. Activate the SAS. Oh, and this is the smarter thing. Okay, you don't like that. Go for launch. Fortunately, thrust to weight ratio's a little bit low just as we start. Here we go. Switch that mode there. Gonna start ourselves a little bit of a lean, but not much. Gaining velocity at least. Okay. Kilometre up. Gaining altitude and speed. And right. And 4 kilometers up. We're almost ready to stage. This is not actually a good sign. And leaning more. Have a nice gravity turn. Here we go. I'm liking how stable this is. It hasn't flipped out on me yet, which is a lot of my craft do. And we continue our gravity turn. Okay. Now we are turning around. Getting into... Okay, so we've got suborbital. Oh my goodness. Really? That late? Okay. Yeah. That's really sad. Okay. We can deploy that. Bring that into there. And I'm thinking like that. That's sort of stretching ourselves out. When it gets to about 200, we'll kill it. And we'll work out a circularization pattern. There we go. Maneuver. The controls are being a little bit panicky at the moment. Deploy the antennas. Fast forward ourselves out. Activate the engines. Have to slowly turn ourselves around. Right. And get that pointing the right direction. Burn in about 6 seconds. Oh. 20. 17, 16, 15, 14. 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. There we go. We should have a stable orbit. And that doesn't give us enough power to get to Duna, unfortunately. It gets us to the Minmus flyby. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a reap. Far Explore, Stellar. Yeah, these far probes are still out of our range. But we'll put it in an orbit around like that area, and hopefully it will be able to act as a repeater. Okay. What's our signal strength? 100%. Okay. We want it to boost out of around here. What's there? Wow, that's going further than I expected. Just bring it back. Going like that. Hopefully that will give us a bit more signal. We've got enough fuel for it at least. And we'll just ease ourselves along. Just adjust our angle. How are we for power? Got plenty of electric charge, that's fine. So, once we've orbited this and had it escape, I think we'll call this session to an end. And actually, we should give this thing a name because currently it's called Work in Progress, which is not a good name for it. And we're going to call it... I can't reach the... The relays are all stuck in there. We can change that from the other bit. Okay. Well, we're now almost facing the right way. Go fast forward. Comes into power. So. Okay. Warp complete. Node in 48 seconds. I can also use that. Just point it to prograde. Oh, why aren't we getting any response from the controls? Ah, because we don't actually have much power to do that. Okay. That is fine. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. And our little work in progress booster is now escaping orbit. There we go. And hopefully that will improve our reception and give us more time in contact with our other vessels. And we haven't even switched over to the atomics yet. Right. Go back to Space Center. Let's check in on our space station while we are at it. Tracking station. Here's the Interstellar. Oh, it's on a wild thing. It should actually be almost in contact with Duna and act as a relay. But at the moment, I think it's out of communications range as well. Yeah. Oh, no, this is a probe. So that's not what we want. Go back to station. We want the interstellar disco. That's tracking station. We want switch that off. Switch that off. Stations, interstellar disco. Here you are. Jump in there. I think the mistake for this one okay. This should actually act as a repeater, but it's just out of range. Because here we are here. And we've got Duna there. It's coming. There. But what we can do from here is go to the science. Transmit a bit of science. And head back. I think that unlocks... Yeah, we've unlocked another level of science. Reaction wheels, Venera engine. That's cool. Or do we want to... I think, actually, we want to save up our science and go for the bigger antenna here. So we're going to need to save up 500. But first, I think we'll just upgrade that. That enables all of that tech. Space Oddity is a very good song by David Bowie. Unicorn. Okay, so we'll save up that, which will get us basically the tech to be able to communicate more reliably with those outer satellites. To save the game, I'm also going to look at mission control. Is there anything that looks interesting to me? Nothing that looks... Oh. That one's free. Okay, so I think we've come to a good spot here. So let's go back to my room. So, today we've launched a ship off of the surface of Duna into orbit and set ourselves up to have a rendezvous. Unfortunately, Duna is currently outside of radio range, so we can't reach it. We've launched a second probe to act as a repeater, which will hopefully improve our range. Tomorrow, so the next time we stream this, which will be on my Friday, we will attempt to re-establish communications with Duna and arrange the rendezvous. So we'll have a look at that when that happens. Tomorrow we'll be playing Minecraft, where we'll be doing further work on our slime farm. So I hope we'll be able to see you there. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and activate notifications, even though YouTube will notify you late sometimes. So I'll see you later. Thank you for watching live and watching in the archives.